Mm. Well, the way I sort of characterize Paul Pogba is a supremely talented footballer, but I also look at him as a sort of a brand. And I think the thing
Mhm.
if you look at somebody like David Beckham back in the day,
Mhm.
he sort of went through the same criticisms at Manchester United when he was trying to be a brand in terms of large in his outside activities were on the world stage. So I think Paul Pogba's in that sort of category. And I don't criticize him for that because at the end of the day, we've seen somebody like Beckham be successful with that. You've also seen people take it the wrong way. But I think that's just as I see him as a footballer. I see him as talented. To me, a little bit inconsistent. But I think with players that are that talented, their inconsistencies it almost doesn't hinder them as much because the moments that they make you go, wow, you're like, wow, this guy's amazing. You know what I mean? So, but for me, I think my issue with him as a player and nothing to do with race or anything, I just think he's too inconsistent. So
Mhm.
I think he plays to impress people by doing things are that wow you. But the thing is, the more you try things that wow you, the less consistent they are. So you look at someone like Tony Cruz,
Mhm.
who does a lot of things simple very well, and he doesn't really wow a lot of players. But over time, people are like, "This guy's amazing," right? They appreciate what he's done. But then I think Pogba's just different because he plays in a different way. And you could look at someone like a Neymar who's also like that, where they play really risk. Sometimes Neymar has horrible games because he's trying a lot of things. But I think that's just like you accept that's who they are and what they bring. And then I think instead of telling Pogba, you have to be more like Tony Cruz. I think it's also on the player and the manager to put him in a position where
Okay.
he's able to, those things, he can take more risks and be the player that he can be. And those players, I think you just have to accept that they're not always the most consistent.
Do you, Elijah, do you see then Pogba as a footballer more uh, without the responsibilities of connecting backline with midfielder, more to operate on the almost final third, or
Yeah,
also
definitely. I just think, and this goes back to the stereotype thing. I think because of his physical body. I mean, he's 6'3", big. That you think naturally, and being fit and athletic, that he can cover more ground. So you automatically, if you look at him, and I think this is the bad thing, you
yeah,
see a box-to-box player.
yeah.
But I think mentally, the way he sees the game and the way he actually plays, he's more of a risk taker.